Hey, hey. So I am back, and this is day 2 of my 21-day challenge, of going live without any type of bullet points, notes, anything. And I gotta tell you, it is nerve-wracking for me. Is it nerve-wracking or wrecking? I have to look that up. But whatever it is, I'm trembling a little bit. And as I explained yesterday, it's not that I'm not used to speaking to groups of people, both in person and virtually now, because I am, but it's just I'm usually prepared. I usually have something written, prepared, not spelled out, not a script, but at least bullet points, or at least a scripture reference. And so this is me pushing myself out of my comfort zone and learning to, I guess, be ready at all times to share what God has placed in my heart, and through my prayer time and time with Him, ready to let that pour out of me, because I believe what flows from the heart reaches the heart, and anything that God is in is going to have a positive impact on somebody. So let's talk about that. As I'm thinking about that, when we talk about being on social media, child, and those of us who are of a certain age and who have had to sort of make this transition into building our reach, expanding our reach, building, in my case, building awareness of my coaching business, my ministry, my brand, as it were, is not something that necessarily comes naturally to me. So I have to think about it. And then you think about, well, what platforms should I be on? How many am I able to do I have the capacity for all of these things? And one thing, and I want to know if you guys have struggled with this too. I noticed when I first got on social media, especially, I feel like I'm getting better now, but I guess that depends on the day that you ask me. But I remember when I first, besides already being on Facebook with family and friends, I remember when I first joined a new social media platform, and I'm watching, those numbers every single day, every single minute of every single day. It felt like, anyway, to see, okay, who's joining, who's following me. Oh, I got 5 followers. Oh, I got 10 followers. Oh, I got 20, 30, 40 followers, 50, 100 followers. And I remember learning early on, if I focus on the number of people, I will forget about the individuals. These are people. These are individuals, not numbers. And I need to not forget that each individual person is important. So whether it's 1, whether it's 5, whether it's 50, whether it's 500, it's about the individual and the value that I want to add to that person's life, because each person is significant. Each person has value. And I personally don't ever want to get so caught up in the numbers that I forget the individuals. And it's hard to escape it. It really is, because, anything you want to do when you're working on expanding, and when you're working on really getting your name out there and helping people to know who you are, they always want to know, what do you bring with you? How many followers do you bring with you? What platforms are you on, and how many followers do you bring with you? And so it makes it difficult when you're someone like me and quote unquote, you don't have the number of followers that they want you to have. And you can fall into this trap of starting to gauge your success by the number of followers that you have, or maybe even your significance or your level of impact. But I really am trying with all my heart to avoid that slippery slope. And here's why: because I don't ever want to forget what a privilege it is for just one person who is not in my immediate family to choose to follow me because they believe that I have something to say that they want to hear. What a privilege that is, an honor. And I don't want to ever lose that. I don't want to ever forget that. So I celebrate each one of you. I thank you for choosing to follow me and think that I have something that I can share that has been uplifting, added value, been beneficial, been helpful to you. I just want you to know that I value and appreciate you. That wasn't what I necessarily meant to come on and talk about today, but that's what this whole exercise is about for me. It's about just being live, coming on with you and talking about what comes up for me in that moment. And in that moment, in this moment, for me, it is gratitude, and it is not falling into the trap of basing my impact, my significance, my success on how many followers I have, but remembering that each individual person is important. Each individual person has a life, has challenges, has issues that they're facing, and maybe there is something that I can say that will register with them and that will uplift them. And that's really what it's all about, y'all. And that's really deep down, that's what I want. Because what good does it do for me to have 1,000 followers and I don't bring a positive impact to their lives, to their days, to their thinkings, to their heart beliefs. So, I don't know. I guess that was what was in my heart. I don't know if you guys feel the same way about it, but that's what I wanted to share. That anytime there is anyone who feels like there is something that you have to say that it is important for them to hear, that is a privilege. And we don't want to take that for granted. And we don't want to take any individual person for granted. Okay? So, I don't know. Let that marinate in your spirit. And for now, I guess that's all I have to say about that. So thank you for joining me or watching day 2. I'll see you tomorrow around the same place in the same time. Bye.